Welcome back to Anno 117, where in the last episode we built up more buildings and mercators on
the local guff. It's got lavender in it and all.
and this in this little city of Danium, Stephanusius in Albion. So we are producing the silver brooches we need in the fibulariums up here. It would be nice to get the fires. Oh, we do have the fire stations unlocked, so that means we're going to build some fire stations before we go back to Albion, because or to Latium. I keep getting those mixed up because I really do not enjoy having minus 130 in the island fire safety property here. So let's start up the game, and I'm kind of thinking that a fire station here probably isn't a bad idea. Not sure why they're having epileptic seizures when you build them.
Construction of a ship has finished.
So we got a ship. That's 253 fire safety. And maybe a fire station here. 331. And we can remove that. I mean, I would like to keep it, to be honest. Maybe if I move it there. Yep. And then we can build a fire station there. And then finally, I definitely want a fire station up here. It won't cover everything though. What I can do is I can move this. Isn't M the move key? Apparently it's G. That's logical. Why are you not allowing me to rotate you sideways? Okay. That's weird. Oh well, okay. And then I can remove that road. And there should be room for a fire station there. And that should cover everything except the mine. Nearly 400 fire safety. That's much better. So with that, we can... Are we underproducing hemp? Just need to check all these things first. We have 3 hemp farms, so we are underproducing hemp. Let's see, where can I fit a hemp farm? That's the wrong type of road. Want to get up here so I can get these two mountain sites. Lusai. There we go. Can probably do that just to make it look more even. And then that might be possible to put a hemp farm not diagonal. There's not enough space there. You know what? 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that should be enough for another row of houses if I want one, which I probably will. But that also gives us the opportunity to put a hemp farm top of that. That looks like a good location to me. Like so. That should put us at 4 hemp farms. So that should make sure that we have enough for the production of the tunics. I think that is the final thing. Maybe... no. Being just below is fine. I mean, what is the upkeep of these things? 6 and 4. Okay, I'll build one more of these in case we need cockles for anything else. Apparently... thank you. That'll save up some cockles for the future in case we need some. Everything else we have ample of. I believe I set the silver to a minimum of stock. Yes, I did. So we have to wait for all the ships that I sent up here to come here. So now we go back to Latium. And specifically to this island here. Now, for some reason we have one plebeian workforce here. I have no idea why we have one plebeian workforce and where that is coming from. From public services, apparently. Okay. I haven't upgraded anyone to plebs on this island. Do we need anyone? That is the big question. The apiary and the Sandarak nursery do not need it. How about the flax? No. Cloth and dye I have to produce in the capital since that requires Equites. And the Snaileries, we have those there. Now, the glass... okay, so the mineral quarry does require Equites. Same with silica. So we no, not Equites, I mean plebs. So we are going to need plebs on this island, but let's start out with the Togas and the Tabulus first. One of these, the Sandarak. Okay, I'm guessing this is a regular farm then. I was thinking it would require a forest, but apparently it doesn't. The mineral quarry is easy enough. That's just putting it up to the mountain site. This building also requires Equites, but the glass smelter requires... no, plebs, but this one requires Equites. We can also do sand on this island. Might also want to do some charcoal. We have ample building space, so that's not a problem at all for us here. There, that is a good delineation. So if we start out with the Togas, we want Flax Farms. Now, when it comes to the specific chain here, this is one of those insane ones. We need 3 Flax Farms. Yeah, I was suspecting they would require a metric ton of fields. I'm gonna build the third one. It's 140. I do that. It's 111. 135. Go back to this. Okay, so the final stuff. Not that I can see anything up here. Okay, so that's 3 farms that grows flax. That is 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this can be apparently not added there. But I can do that. Then we get a warehouse here. So that's the flax covered. The snails are already covered on the other island. Which means we can produce the cloth and the dye. And then, of course, the togas. The second thing that I want to do on this island... that, you know, this should probably have been done differently. Yeah. Just because of the mining node there. I don't think I want that to be there. I think I want that to be there. Then this one can go like that.
Construction of a ship has finished.
Good. Yeah, I'm aware of that. And I do understand how that works.
Only time will tell.
Good comment there, Benbalian. Okay, and then we can also have a road going down there. This one I probably want to upgrade. How are these Sandarak nurseries? 120 fields. 130. The Sandarak nurseries for the tabulus. And find it. Apiary. I definitely do not... Okay, so the perfect chain for this is 8 tabulus to 6 Sandarak to 3 apiaries, and I do not think that I'm going to need 8 buildings creating tabuluses, so I'm just going to do 3 Sandarak nurseries.
There are signs of public unrest.
Ah, these heretics. Keep your people in line, Wally. There we go. So that's enough for at least 4 tabulus, which we are not going to need to build. I'm guessing we need 2 of them. The apiaries, those can probably also be built on this island. I would say we need 2 of them. So like that. That one probably does not need to be upgraded. Okay, so the final thing we need to deal with on this island is the plebs. We'll get around to that later though. For now, what I need to do is go down here.
Waiting for your decree.
So what we're going to pick up from that island is Sandarak, apiary, so honey, and flax. Is it honey or honeycombs? Probably honeycombs, yeah. Create a trade route. Not in Albion. There, and then we pick up agricultural goods. We pick up flax. We pick up honeycombs. And we pick up So what was the final one? Establish route. This will be trade route 3. So ship 01, trade route 3. Then back into the trade routes and rename capital Isle route 3, and we then move this one into Latium interior. Create new group, rename group, Albion interior, and then create new group, rename group, Latium Albion. There we go. Just so I have the groups ready. That's going to take a little while for the goods to come back and forth. In the meantime,
We stand waiting.
You can go back down there, and I want to build a couple of depots. A harbor building, and we already have a shipyard, so depot. Those are not production buildings, so they cannot be built out into the harbor itself. But this will... We can build one, apparently. Limit on island 1. But it does at least give us 100 tons more storage on the island, which brings it up to 250. Now I know we are going to need to send garum to Albion at some point, so we're just going to set garum to a minimum stock of 150. Olive oil probably also needs to be transported up there. The same with amphora. I do not know what they'll need in the other... We could transport bread up, but I don't think that is necessary. Soap, however, I will transport up there. Cheese is something that we're going to get back from them.
Neptune's finest.
Let's find
Ready.
another location for... Well, if I can find it, that is. It's there. Okay, so that looks like a good location for it. Can I manage to fit some of these houses in somewhere? Not really up there, so I'm just gonna have to put them down there, I think. Then an olive press. The road bit, good. We're not researching currently. I do know that I want to go for the marble roads, but I need to produce 2 baths or 2 forums to get through the populist research, otherwise I'll have to go all the way through here. I mean, it's not horrible. Response time for Custodes and Vigiles is definitely okay. Yeah, this is a theater, so we are not getting... Actually, we might be getting baths and forums, because I can just build two and tear them down again. Okay, let's just hold off on that then. That should give us a lot more... What was it? Health? Yeah. Yeah, we're up to 1.7k health. 192 of that is from olive oil. 1,023 from the aqueduct cisterns. That is fairly impressive. The water doesn't seem to really have been reduced, but okay. We did get that tech, that's why I'm wondering about that. Bit of a pity with the limitation on depots. Then again, I kind of get it that it's a part of the research thing. Okay, I need to research something. Effect range of theater, I think we can go with that for now.
The sea soaks up every kind of blue.
Am I just buying marble or am I actually producing marble? That is a good question. I'm not producing marble. When it comes to the marble deposits, that requires plebs for the quarry and then Equites for the actual mason. So that'll also have to be something we do on main island, but for now I am importing. So we have 150 of it. We have the flax, we have the snails. Could start up the production of this. We need 2 weavers and we need 2 dye works for 1 loom weavery. One isn't too big, I think.
Away,
Oh, it's the vintner. Okay, so the dye work does give us a little bit of minus on happiness, but that's not a huge problem currently. We are already producing the dye, so we don't need that. We actually... Oh yeah, we do. We need 2 of them. 90... I think 2 should be enough. Yeah, definitely. It's a 1 minute. We're producing enough that it's 1 more than... So... I think I'm gonna do that. That. Asymmetrical, but for the care right now. So the other thing I need to produce is cloth. So I need 2 weavers for that. I mean, this area down here is as good as any, isn't it? The other thing is the tabulus, but the tabulus I can just produce or build directly up in the city. The big question is how am I going to, because that one also is a bit of unfortunate ice bomb, which is not really a big surprise. Seems to have... Okay, do this, then I move these 3 and these 2 and these 4. Probably now out of range of things, but
If I had a tavern for my tombstone, I'd be the laughter in the walls.
what is that? That is a clothier.
Helios, the cap that made
That
me
is
a
also a
free chap.
clothier. We're producing enough of them. Yeah. Okay, so if I move that building there, looks kind of weird. I'm gonna take that one. And that one. Won't be quite enough for that one, nor that one. This increases knowledge quite a bit, actually. If I move these 2 down there, there is at least a Leos filter up there. The sandal maker, what does that give in both? 1 income, so that is fine. If I then remove this road, there is a road there, so that would work. And then I can squeeze in Fabulous here. Question is, do we have the stuff that I need? Sandarak wood. Honeycombs. I think I'm producing honeycombs. I have 1 apiary here. Okay. So this goes there. Like so. That should bring Fabulous writing tablets to this circle. The other one is the Loom Weavery, which also has one of those bizarre how does that spot doesn't look too bad, but that is spinner. I'm not too keen on moving that around. It won't cover everything, but it will cover quite a lot of buildings. Might even be better to put it there. Yeah, I think it will be. Like so. And then, I mean, it's not like we need these things, but we can have a watchtower giving us... I don't know how much happiness this gives. Does it show? No, but it should show up here. We're getting 66 happiness. I don't think I have more than one of these on the island. Doesn't say. And we can have a well on the other side. Would increase the fire safety a bit. Then some kind of decoration or ornament in the middle there. Do I have anything that actually takes up? Yeah, I could put a
Your people are ailing.
Oh dear. Let's put down a statue fountain. Where is this ailing area then? Out there. Go. Actually, need to put these things all over the place because people are ailing or getting sick or rioting or whatever all over the island. So we're now producing the writing tablets. We're up to 3,000 knowledge on this island alone, which is nice. Let's also build a little bit of decoration here. Writing tablets. A Celtic obelisk. Yeah, let's just go with 4 Celtic obelisks. It kind of feels somewhat fitting. Can have flagstone ground beneath that. Why the road is like that. Supposed to be going down there. That's 3. Means we can get some more decorations in here. And the Romans were very fond of cypresses, so let's do that. Okay, now how much are we producing of this? Yeah, these chains are rather bizarre because you get so much from them that it is outright insane. I think we have some plebs on this island.
It
now,
feels like it does you good to eat a sardine.
I am not really giving them anything. Except for the Grammaticus and the Sanctuary. So we could go with the same kind of thinking on this island. So the market reaches all the way out there. Shrine of Minerva unlocked. Okay, so I'll leave this because I need to move some buildings when I build the Grammaticus and the shrine now.
There are signs of public unrest.
Jesus. Now what? Okay, well, fine. Have a...
There is a shortage of workforce in one of your cities.
Apparently we need more Equites.
Men who drink water, right little of use.
I assume that none of these actually give more workforce. Actually, the Togas should give more workforce. Yeah, the number is gradually increasing. Minus 26 currently, 25. I don't know how far that's going to take us, but I think it's safe to do that. And that gave us the Vervactor's Plough, so we got to that stage of the devotion. We can also do that. Now the plebs is what we're going to need on this island, so with the olive thing there, we can upgrade some more houses. The plebs on this side of the city, like so. I think I actually need... let's do that. Now we need to take a look at this. We are providing enough of everything. Excellent. Okay, so back here we do have the Sanctuary and the Grammaticus here already, actually, so it's just a matter of upgrading some of these houses to plebs. Doesn't give us a whole lot of population. We would have to provide them with, for instance, bread or garum. Garum is not really relevant on this island. I mean, I think we have the technology that allows us to fish for mackerel even here. No, there is a technology that does give you mackerel, or not? Is this one? I think gives you 50% production. But I don't really see that being necessary right now. Did we unlock? Yes, we did unlock the baths and forum, both of which give extra population. Oh my Jesus Christ. That has a very, very large range of effect. Also cost a pretty penny, so I can just build one more. That gives us the populist research, and I can tear it down again. One of these is plenty. That's really big. The same with the bath. It like the radius of this thing is just insane. I have no idea where to build it. I suspect it requires access to the aqueduct. Yeah, it says requirement aqueduct cistern, but the question is that requirement that it needs to be in range of an aqueduct cistern, or does it need to have an aqueduct cistern right beside it? Because I could build it there. It has such a huge range of effect that, I mean, it covers all the way up there. Yeah, it's enough that it is within range of a cistern. It takes water, so we're down to 30 water left. That should definitely up our workforces on all accounts, since I mean, that's +2 population, also a heck of a lot of prestige, and so that's +4 population on all of these buildings here, regardless of what tier they are. The same with these. So yeah, that's definitely doing stuff. That's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't need to build any more houses now. I'm just pre-planning. 1, 2, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. We won't be able to fill up one full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So actually moving the bridge there makes more sense. Regardless of the grid of the city, that is. There is a river slot here that we can pick up like that. Then this road here can be deleted. Since I'm already doing this, might as well upgrade that so we get the same look. Okay, and now it's getting... I can actually upgrade them now. The only thing they lack is cheese. How are they getting silver brooches? They're not. Okay. Curious about that. They also are not getting fine glass yet. The fine glass is what I'm going to do now. Looking at this, we are... Wait. Why does this...
You know, I heard that the deer of Albion have no knees, so they lean against trees to sleep. The barbarians hunt them by felling the trees.
Okay, if you say so. Why does this say... Resource deposit required. I'm not sure why it does that. Now it doesn't, okay. Maybe it was because I opened it on the other one. Have that there. Doesn't really affect more than 2 buildings with the minus health, which is good. That is 1:45 seconds. I doubt we are going to need a lot of glass, and one of these mineral crushers is going to be enough for 2 of the glass blowers. Now the thing is, we can actually crush the pigments here on this island, since that is plebs. The sand refinery is also plebs, but the glass smelter, that is, we have to do the smelting on the other island. But if we have 1 mineral quarry, that is enough for 1 mineral crusher. Again, that is enough for 2 glass blowers, that's going to be more than enough. Same with the sand refinery. It's 1 to 2, so the sand refinery is a beach building. I don't know why. It's because I don't have diagonal mode. Just put that there. Thinking. So
Neptune's finest! Ready!
What I'm going to transport from that island there then is mineral pigments and silica. I mean, we are producing silica on this island as well for the concrete. But this way I will have dedicated. That one is a bit more interesting though, because it's 1:30. I doubt I need 2 of these, but maybe it's good for selling. Let's find one more. Let's build 1 more of these. No. I mean, actually, let's make use of that technology. I don't know if it's gonna work. It is. Then I can do that. Looks a bit weird, but as long as it works, I'm happy. Can I do the same with the... No, I need the technology that allows me to build further out. I want to do that with the sardineries. Okay, so I have 2 of these. I mean... For what I was thinking there, since one of these is enough for 2 of those, I guess I'll build another mineral quarry as well. This does give minus to health. Is there... Yeah, that would be a proper location. Guessing we're gonna go with that location. We will need a warehouse. Road going that way. We're also gonna need charcoal. Charcoal, silica, and pigments. Okay.
Salway, Praetor.
Salway, indeed. Create a trade route. Latium, Amphitheater, Jordani, Capita Caledon. So, minerals. No, not minerals. Wait, okay, I'm gonna... I don't want to save the changes. I kind of forgot one thing. I need to set up 2 of the mineral crushers. And even though I said I didn't want to save the route, it did. Okay. This requires marble.
What could you possibly require?
Construction materials, take 30 marble, take 50.
Time flies.
Let me just pause the recording while I wait for that. There we go. Now it's coming in here. And then I can unload that marble. And I'll send the ship back here, which might seem a bit weird, but it's going to be put on the trade route, but I'd like them to actually produce some minerals. This does affect health. That is a beautiful building, by the way. A bit sad about that, but I mean, that means we can put down some... I don't... Nah, not gonna be enough room here for the Medici. It's too big. But I do want to have a Medici and a fire station in this area, because that's gonna be rather awkward with all this stuff out here. Let's also upgrade this. I can actually hit the correct building. Let's upgrade this warehouse. And then Medici. That doesn't affect that. Good. We also need a fire station. Again, it doesn't affect. We could go for a custodia out here. I mean, why not? That way I will have the entire place covered. Since there is a lot of buildings here now. Better than having a riot happening. And we can build that road. Now I could upgrade this road to paved roads, but I'm not producing concrete here. I'm not importing it either, so at the deep. Could do some decoration out here. What I will do is put down a latrine. Just for the little additional health benefit. Did those... That only affects health. That doesn't affect anything. That only affects health. This isn't that relevant. Oh, the fire safety on that one is going to be annoying. But that additional prestige is very tempting. Get around to that when we get around to it, I suppose. I mean, I don't see any reason not to build a watchtower. Well, I guess I do see a reason. It's 6 happiness. It's really rather irrelevant. The game seems to be very fond of this big thing here, so I have to turn the map around to be able to demolish anything down here. But it's probably also... Yeah, it wants to pick the quarry. Because it thinks the quarry is all the way out there. And that is a weird... interesting bug. Okay, so now we're producing all the things that I intended to make. And I set the boat back here with a reason. So what boat was that? That was the Europa. That's still on this? Yes. Okay, so now Medium Jordanium, Capita Caledron. So we're not... yeah, the pigments is what we're going to import. We are going to import the... coal. And... I'm getting old. Already transporting sandalwood. I'm fairly certain there was one more thing. Yeah, silica. Like that. Establish the route. Edit. Rename. We put this into Albion interior. Maybe in the route to... Oh boy. It would be nice if there was an easier way to do that. Because yeah, I have to actually use the arrow keys. I mean, it's fine, but it's just one of those minor little annoyances. Where did that ship go? It's actually ship 01 trade route. Actually, should it be trade route 04 ship 01? I need to check my ships for that. Yeah, it's the same with this. Should be trade route 3 ship 1. That one is okay. Okay, so okay, the rest of them are fine. I don't know why I bothered putting a captain on that one.
Festina Lente.
It doesn't have oars. That is a minor downside to it. put that back on the island. Can I sell this to the trader?
Time flies, as do we.
I have no idea.
The island has always been a haven
314
where
tons
people
of
are free to
sardines.
live as
Well
they
then,
choose.
that is something.
I got some really dreadful vases. Want to see?
No, but I'm
Perhaps the
sure you do.
Jupiter. What time is it?
Ooh, even more prestige from the glass blowers. How about specialists here?
I charge by the pairs. Slave markets, fish markets, how my tenants use their floor space is
Yes.
up to them.
She's a fairly good... She's actually a very good captain, considering the province transfer speed. I mean, she's primarily a military captain, but also for trading, she's very good. I don't have much time left to be able to get that one.
What could you possibly require?
But I should be able to reach it. The other specialist is Litiginus. Residences in range, he gives just a flat plus 1.8 knowledge. I have 1 million gold now. Or denarii. So I'm just going to buy these two. I meant to sell this ship.
Praetor.
Just pause the game to see if I'm allowed to sell the ship. Yes, I can sell it at the Imperial representative. But I'm
You
going to
seek a little
buy
decadence, Governor?
these two specialists because they're
Let's
just
get
too
started
good.
then.
My pleasure.
I can't sell the ship here anyway. So you can go back to the capital.
Through the waves.
Unpause again and let's have a look at our, well, the research. We're not researching anything currently, and I want the marble roads. So, aesthetic edificator. Half construction cost for all ornaments. Not really that important, but the marble roads definitely something that I want. Belief area effect from the Equitum campus. Yeah, it's that is something that I meant to do many episodes ago. We have barracks, we have a siege workshop, and we have an Equitum campus. We also have horse breeder, which I assume... Oh, we can actually breed horses here. We also have the oh Jesus Christ. We also have the armorsmith chain, and we have the weaponsmith chain. I wanted to build a barracks. Because that will open up a research tree thing for us. Yeah, let's just build that there. That gives us the inspiration, the legionic research. We can train auxilia, we can train archers, and we can train slingers. So if you look at these, like the slingers, 44 units with an offense of 2 on their melee, but on the range attack it's an offense of 5, accuracy 60, range 30, 10 shots per minute, armor piercing. Whereas if we compare these, they have the same amount of health, the same amount of head count, but the morale is 50 higher on the archers, the offense is 2 higher, the accuracy is 10 higher, the range is 5 higher, and the shots per minute is the same, but the defense is double. The maintenance cost is plus 20 in terms of gold, but it takes the same amount of liberty. Sounds weird to say liberty in plural. Libertuses. I don't really need to train any of these, but we eventually will also get legionnaires, and I'm not sure what this is. It says progress in my journey, so I mean, let's just train a unit of archers. We can encamp them. I do want to build 2 more of the triremes. I can change where they have the population, the workforce from. And the final thing I want to do before we end the episode is go back to Albion. Because our ship should have arrived here. I doubt we can drop off much of this. But this is the flagship. I want to send the flagship here. Now for these 2 other ships, that is wood. That is also wood.
Waiting for your decree.
So we're gonna send those ships after it. This island also has silver, but it does have small bird population, pony population. Was that the island I wanted to settle? I don't think so, really.
Neptune's finest.
It wasn't. It was this one. With a marsh from
Through the waves.
some horror show. Because this is a seriously large marsh. I think those marsh slots are for draining the marsh. Do we have any of those up here? Yeah, we do. Yeah, they are for draining the marsh. I'm not sure we can do that now. And I know we're on overtime. Sorry about that, but can't see anything here that does allow us to drain the marsh. So my question is, draining the marshes or the Imperial?
I leave it in your capable hands.
Sure, go ahead, have 70,000.
I'm
I don't
very
care.
pleased to hear it.
It should be. Is that a research or is it... Yes, it's a research. So we need this research here, and I can queue it. Because we have Romanized. This one is the one, the Celtic knot symbol. Those are the ones we can't research yet because we need an island with Celtic population for those. So like this one, with the replanting for the charcoal burners, which is going to be very nice. And also getting better fuel efficiency from charcoal is also going to be nice. So this one you can already get actually. I can just do this because these two are more important than that one. That's 10 minutes. An aqueduct boost for plantations. Just quickly checking here before we wrap things up to see effect rate of Grammaticus. That is definitely something that I do want. So we're going to put that up there. Funeral games of Tail Tian and the Cult of Cernunnos. Yeah, I think that kind of covers it all there. Now, I'm going to settle this island. Now I'm going to actually do things in between episodes. I'm going to settle this island, and I'm going to figure out when the stuff arrives. I'm going to figure out whether or not I want to build that glass blower It's a lot of fire. I mean, we have 1,700 fire safety, so we'll see. But for now, if you have any questions and or comments, then please feel free to leave those in the comment section. And if you don't have any questions or comments, I would of course appreciate very much if you just leave an emoji, sassy comment, pun, joke, something down there. If you like the video, then feel free to, as the kids these days say, hit the like button. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you all in the next episode.